Hi, everybody. Welcome to Advanced GIS. I'm Shannon Belmont. Happy to meet you. Here's my contact info right off the bat. I just want to make one plea, if you will, to contact me via email at shannonbelmont@usu.edu. I really resist using Canvas messaging because I'm not allowed to include images in the text. I have to attach them, and that's a real pain to caption. And Canvas messaging doesn't save conversation threads, which is a real pain because sometimes I get a random email from a student. It's just like, yeah, but that last thing didn't work. And I have to weed through and find the other email where I suggested something. And I've got like 9 different classes and 100 different students. So bear with me and contact me via my USU email. That would be great. I just wanted to give you a brief overview of the course. And here we go. So the course content is rigorous. The first 10-ish weeks, you're going to be working on kind of standard GIS exercises. This first week is just about getting set up, so don't panic quite yet, although there's a bit of work to do this first week. The final project is something that we're going to tackle the last 4-ish weeks of the semester, but you'll be acquiring the data and getting your proposal ready by mid-semester. Data is going to be the one critical chunk that you have to get done. It's the one thing that holds students up and creates a lot of havoc and chaos at the end of the semester. So I'm going to push you hard to get your data in hand so that you're confident after spring break you can jump right into your analysis. You're going to see a lot of references to websites this semester. That's because I do recommend, in particular, our undergrads that are doing the GIS certificate, create a website and publish your submissions to the website because our GIS certificate for undergrads requires a digital portfolio. So I've got instructions in this first week for how to set up a really basic Gmail based Google site. They're very user-friendly, drag and drop kind of thing. You could also make a story map if you want to. But anyway, it's always optional. You can always submit your work straight to Canvas, but just know that you could build a website and submit. But I don't want that to confuse you this semester if you see references to submit your work or submit your URL or something like that. Okay, this is actually from a student's website from many, many years ago, a Surgeon General's warning that this class is a ton of work. I don't want to be non-transparent about that right up front, but if you're diligent and can keep up with the weekly assignments that are due, you're going to be fine. But this is the heads up that you get. Okay, just a tiny bit about me. We do have an introductions discussion board, and I am looking forward to learning more about all of you. But just so you know, I am part of the EMBS department in the College of Natural Resources on the Logan campus. I am the director for our GIS certificate programs and the director of the Utah Geospatial Consortium, which is an effort to kind of collaborate on campus at USU to leverage all the great geospatial work that we're doing. We're trying to get that off the ground. My undergraduate degree is from the University of Washington in Seattle. My master's degree is in watershed sciences from the University of Minnesota. And I'm a big Vikings fan, which is torment for me because, well, anybody who knows anything about football knows that we've never seen a Super Bowl. So just once in my lifetime would be really great. Before I did my master's degree, I supported myself as a surf artist for about 12 years. Amazing, right place, right time kind of situation. I tell you this to remind you that we're all complex people with wild and varied experiences, and we all bring valuable perspectives to the class. So we're gonna celebrate that and respect it, and I really look forward to getting to know each one of you. All right, course goals. First of all, I want you to know that you can't mess anything up in GIS. Well, you can. I've got stories about colleagues who have made very expensive mistakes in GIS. But for our class, you can't screw anything up. I want you to build that confidence over the semester that you can really fly without instructions and without a net. Of course, we're going to further develop the skills needed in the geospatial field, but I also want to point out that an advanced GIS class isn't about the latest, greatest tools and technology. It's about reinforcing the fundamental skills that you need and the confidences that you need, because we're never going to be able to keep up with all the tools that are being released. If you understand the fundamentals of raster data structure, vector data structure, coordinate systems, you can Google any tool, right? You can YouTube any workflow. You can use ChatGPT. How do I, cut this thing with this other thing if I have this kind of attribute? ChatGPT will tell you all of that, but you need to just really be confident with the ArcGIS interface and understanding these basic kind of foundational concepts. You also need to know where to find answers. And so we're going to push that a lot this semester. I want you to be independent and resourceful. Obviously, YouTube, Google, and AI generators are going to be great help for you. But it's really about the data. And so another habit that we're going to push this semester that's different from Intro GIS is I'm going to force you to reflect back to us with every assignment how you're evaluating yourself, your tools, your data, and your output as you work. You need to be able to articulate how you're critically thinking about the GIS work you're doing. It's going to be more than just kind of following instructions. And then, we've got limitations with spatial data. And so the biggest component of the final project that I'm going to ask you to focus on is addressing uncertainty with your data and uncertainty with your analysis. And so we're going to talk a lot about uncertainty and the disconnects between spatial data and reality. And that's going to come in the form of precision. How precisely do we report values? Are we reporting lengths of polylines to the thousandths of a millimeter? No. ArcGIS will calculate that for you, but it's not correct. All right, so we're going to talk about that quite a lot. You should know that this is a proficiency-based course, and that means that because it's associated with the GIS certificate program for both undergrads and graduates, and because all of our majors are required to take this course, there's a baseline proficiency expectation. And I'm going to have you demonstrate that to us a couple different ways. The first way is this brief write-up that's going to accompany your lab assignments where you're demonstrating your critical thinking. Another way is about mid-semester, you're going to have a proficiency challenge, which is sort of a simulation of a real-life situation. Working as a lab tech, you're going to get some data and be given a bunch of questions that your non-GIS supervisor might be asking you to accomplish. So it's going to be about attacking things with creativity, using your resources, and then reporting your results in a way that makes sense and is convincing to somebody who doesn't do GIS. You need to convince us that you understand that your results are correct. So we'll talk about that more as we get closer to that. All right. Just like in all of your classes, I do expect you to read the syllabus. Canvas, our course Canvas page, is definitely the centroid for all things advanced GIS. You're going to find everything you need there. Over in the navigation panel on the left is the syllabus, and in particular, I want you to take a look at the late policy and the plagiarism and use of AI policies. They're both in there, and they're both critical. I have a very strict policy handling submissions of someone else's work. The second thing, ChatGPT has changed my life. I use it all the time. It's a powerful tool, but I expect all of the submissions for this class to be generated 100% by your own brain, using your own words, even if it's super clunky and inarticulate. That's part of this, is learning how to articulate all of the geospatial rhetoric. Do use AI to find data sets, to explore geospatial workflows, to figure out how tools work. It's brilliant for that. I use it all the time. Like, how would I go about doing this, that, or the other thing? Okay, Just a couple of last things. Obviously, you're going to need access to ArcGIS Pro this semester. And you might know from Intro GIS, or if you're brand new to GIS, you should know that this is not a simple process to get access to the software. So begin immediately working on the install if you want to have it on a personal computer. The computer labs on the Logan campus are stocked with the latest version of ArcGIS Pro. If you're on another campus, I hope you have access to a computer lab, or just make sure you get it set up on a personal computer right away. There are instructions here. Canvas on the home page under the resources tab, right under the banner image, under software are the instructions for that. We are going to hit the ground running, so if you haven't touched GIS in a while, I recommend checking out some refresher or tutorials on the homepage under week 1. I've got some great resources there for you. So that's it. Welcome to the class. I look forward to getting to know you all and working with you, and here's to a great semester.